stop scrolling right now, because what you are about to hear is not random, and it may be the message your soul has been crying out for in silence, while everyone around you thought you were fine. Heaven has been watching every tear you hid, every sleepless night you survived, every moment you smiled in public while breaking in private, and today something has shifted in the spiritual realm, because the season of silent suffering is coming to an end, and if you stay with this message until the end, you may realize why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. My beloved child, listen carefully, because this moment carries an answer you have been begging for without even realizing it, and what happens next may change the direction of your life forever. My precious child, I know how exhausted you feel. I know there were nights when you stared at the ceiling, wondering how much more pain your heart could carry, nights when you whispered prayers so quietly that no one heard them, except me, nights when you cried yourself to sleep and woke up pretending everything was normal. I saw every moment. I heard every silent breakdown. I watched you fight battles no one knew existed. People saw your smile, but they never saw the war happening inside your soul. They never knew how hard it was for you just to get out of bed some mornings. They never knew how many times you almost gave up, but somehow kept going. And I need you to understand something today. Your pain was never invisible to me. Not a single tear fell without me noticing. Not a single prayer went unanswered. Even when heaven felt silent, I was working behind the scenes in ways you could not understand. There were moments when you thought I abandoned you, moments when you wondered why doors kept closing in your face, why relationships failed, why opportunities disappeared, why people you loved walked away without explanation. You begged for clarity, but all you received was silence, and that silence made. You believe I forgot you, but my child, I was protecting you from things you could not see. Some doors were closed because what was behind them would have destroyed your peace. Some people left because they could not go where I am taking you. Some delays happened because your blessing required preparation. Had I answered your prayer too early, you would have stepped into something your heart was not ready to handle. What felt like rejection was often divine protection. What felt like delay was often my mercy saving you from unnecessary pain. And there is something you do not know yet. While you were crying over what you lost, I was preparing something far greater than what you thought you needed. While you were begging me to restore old things, I was building something new, stronger, healthier, and far more beautiful than your imagination could create. But you were so focused on what left that you almost missed what was arriving, and today I need your full attention, because what is coming into your life will make everything you lost make sense. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the delays, the confusion, all of it was preparing you for a future your current self could not fully comprehend. But stay with me, because what I am about to reveal may shock you. The very people who underestimated you are about to witness your transformation. The same people who doubted your future will soon wonder how your life changed so quickly. They laughed when you struggled. They disappeared. When you needed support, they judged your pain without understanding your story, but they never knew I was shaping you in private for something powerful in public. They mistook your silence for weakness. They thought your delays meant failure. They believed your struggles were permanent, but what they called your ending was only your preparation season, and they are not ready for who you are becoming. My beloved child, you have been carrying wounds that go deeper than anyone realizes. Some wounds came from people you trusted. Some came from family members who should have protected you. Some came from friendships that ended in betrayal, and some wounds came from your own mistakes that you keep replaying in your mind. But hear me clearly. You cannot walk into your new season while dragging old pain behind you. Forgiveness is not about pretending what happened was acceptable. Forgiveness is choosing freedom over bitterness, because bitterness chains you to people who already moved on, and I refuse to let your future be poisoned by your past. Release what hurt you. Release what broke you. Release what you cannot change, because where I am taking you requires a lighter heart, And here is what most people do not understand about your life. The enemy attacked you so intensely because your purpose is significant. Ordinary people do not face extraordinary warfare. The battles you endured were evidence that your life carries value. There is something inside you that can heal others, inspire others, and change lives, and darkness recognized your potential before you did. That is why your peace was targeted. That is why your confidence was attacked. That is why fear tried to silence you. But despite everything, you are still here, still breathing, still fighting, and that alone proves you were never meant to be destroyed. Listen closely, because this next season requires movement. You have spent too much time waiting for perfect timing, waiting for complete clarity, waiting until fear disappears. But faith does not require full visibility. Faith requires trust, and I am asking you to move even if your knees shake. Apply for that opportunity. Start that project. Walk away from that toxic relationship. Forgive yourself for what happened, and trust that I will guide each step. If you keep waiting for certainty, you may miss the miracle standing right in front of you. And what I am about to say may be exactly why you clicked this message today. Within the coming days, you will begin seeing undeniable signs that your life is shifting. Unexpected calls, surprising opportunities, restored connections, answered prayers, peaceful moments after long anxiety. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that I am moving, and when these moments happen, do not dismiss them. Recognize them as reminders that I have never forgotten you. But there is still something you must let go of before your breakthrough fully arrives. Your comfort zone. You have stayed in familiar pain because unfamiliar blessings felt scary. You kept returning to what hurt you because at least it was predictable, but comfort can become a prison when it keeps you from purpose. And I refuse to let fear keep you trapped any longer. Your next chapter requires courage, and courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to move despite fear whispering lies into your mind. Keep listening, because what happens next in your story will leave you speechless. The tears you cried in private are about to become testimonies spoken in public. The nights you begged for relief are about to be replaced by mornings filled with peace. The prayers you thought were ignored are closer to being answered than ever before. And when it happens, you will realize, I was never late. I was always working with perfect timing. My child, stop replaying old regrets. Stop wondering what would have happened if you made different choices. Stop punishing yourself for things I already forgave. Your past cannot be rewritten, but your future is still being written, and I am writing a chapter filled with restoration, peace, and purpose. Do not let shame convince you that your best days are behind you. They are not. Your best days are waiting ahead. I know there were moments you wanted to quit everything, moments when life felt too heavy and breathing felt exhausting, but you stayed. Even when you felt weak, you stayed. Even when your faith was fragile, you stayed, and that matters more. Then you realize your survival was not accidental. I sustained you when you were too tired to sustain yourself, and now I am turning your survival into strength. What if I told you the thing breaking apart in your life right now is actually clearing space for something better? What if the chaos you fear is actually divine rearrangement? What if what feels like falling apart is really things falling into place? Because sometimes I remove what cannot survive your future, and that process feels painful before it feels beautiful. And before this moment ends, hear this with your whole heart. Your story is not over. Your prayers are not wasted. Your tears were not ignored. Your life is not forgotten, and your miracle has already started unfolding, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Stay close to me, trust me through uncertainty, and watch what I do next, because the chapter ahead will make every painful chapter before it worth surviving, and when you finally understand why you had to endure so much, you will stand in awe of the life I was preparing for you all along. And now listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you may be the confirmation you have been praying for in silence. The moment you almost gave up was the exact moment heaven began shifting things in your favor. While you were sitting alone wondering if your life would ever change, Doors were already opening that you could not yet see. Conversations were happening about your future without your knowledge. Protection was surrounding you in ways your eyes could never recognize. And what looked like delay was actually divine alignment, because if everything had happened when you demanded it, you would have walked into blessings with a broken heart and an exhausted spirit, and I needed to heal you before I handed you what you prayed for. I needed to strengthen your faith before I revealed the next chapter, and now you are closer than ever before, closer than you have been in years. My beloved child, I know there were nights when you questioned your worth because people treated you like you were easy to replace. I know there were seasons where you gave your all and received nothing but betrayal in return. You loved deeply, helped freely, stayed loyal, and still people walked away as if your heart meant nothing, and that pain changed you. It made you build walls. It made you question love. It made you wonder if everyone eventually leaves. But hear me now, not everyone assigned to your future will hurt you like people from your past. I am bringing healthier connections into your life, people who will value your heart instead of using it, people who will honor your loyalty instead of taking advantage of it. But first, you must stop expecting future people to pay for old wounds. Healing requires trust, and trust begins by believing that your future can be different from your past. There were also dreams you buried because disappointment convinced you they would never happen. Dreams you once prayed over passionately that now feel impossible, businesses you wanted to build, careers you wanted to pursue, relationships you hoped would last, visions that once excited your spirit but now feel too painful to revisit. And I am telling you right now, some of those dreams were delayed but not destroyed. Some of them are still alive, waiting for the right season to return, and this may be that season. Dust off what fear made you abandon, revisit what discouragement made you forget, because I did not place those desires inside your heart for no reason. But be careful in this next season, because not everyone clapping for you is celebrating you. Some people only return when they see your life improving. Some people reappear because they benefit from your progress, and discernment will protect your peace. Do not confuse familiar faces with trustworthy hearts. Ask me for wisdom before reopening doors I intentionally closed. Not every reunion is restoration, and not every apology deserves access. Protect your peace because your peace is sacred, and let me remind you of something powerful. You are not behind in life. You keep comparing your timeline to people around you, and it keeps stealing your joy. You watch others getting married, building businesses, traveling the world, achieving milestones, and you quietly ask why your life feels slower, but your path was never meant to mirror anyone else. Comparison creates unnecessary sadness over blessings that are simply arriving differently. Your timing is unique because your assignment is unique, and I refuse to rush what I am building in you just because society created false deadlines. Stay with me because this part matters deeply. I know you have been fighting battles in your mind, overthinking everything, replaying conversations, worrying about outcomes that have not happened, creating fear from situations that may never become reality, and your mind has been exhausted from carrying scenarios that do not exist. I need you to release that habit. Your future cannot be built on constant anxiety. Every time fear begins writing stories in your mind, replace those thoughts with trust. Remind yourself that I am already ahead of you, already preparing solutions before problems arrive, and something unexpected is coming, an opportunity you did not plan for, a door you did not knock on, a conversation that changes your direction, and it will happen when you least expect it. This blessing will not arrive in the package you imagined, which is why you must remain open. Stop telling me exactly how your miracle should appear, because sometimes I send answers wrapped in unfamiliar forms, and if you stay rigid, you may reject the very blessing you prayed for. Listen closely, because this next part may challenge you. You cannot keep entertaining relationships that drain your spirit, friendships that only call when they need something, family patterns that continue damaging your peace. environments that keep triggering old wounds. I am asking you to create boundaries without guilt. Loving people does not require allowing them unlimited access to your peace. Protecting your heart is wisdom, not selfishness. And here is something you need to hear with absolute clarity. You are not too damaged to be loved, not too late to begin again, not too broken to rebuild, and not too far gone to receive everything I promised you. Your mistakes do not define your future. Your failures do not cancel your purpose, and your setbacks do not disqualify your destiny. I have seen every version of you, and I still call you chosen. The pressure you feel right now is temporary, and one day you will look back at this season and realize it built a version of you that could handle success with humility, relationships with wisdom, and blessings with gratitude. Pain refined you in ways comfort never could, and while I know it hurt, it was not meaningless. And hear this carefully. There are people connected to your future who need your story, your testimony, your healing journey, your wisdom, your survival. Someone will find hope because you refused to quit. Someone will heal because you chose honesty over pretending. Your life is bigger than your current pain. Your survival carries purpose beyond what you can see today. What I am about to say may surprise you. The thing you thought ruined your life may become the very testimony that opens doors for you. The heartbreak may create your ministry. The rejection may inspire your business. The loss may awaken your purpose. And what once made you cry may someday become the reason others believe healing is possible. Do not ignore your health in this season. Rest when needed. Nourish your body. Protect your sleep. And stop glorifying exhaustion. You cannot pour into your purpose while constantly empty. Caring for yourself is not laziness. It is stewardship of the life I gave you. And if you have been waiting for a sign, let this be it. Apply for the position. Start the channel. Write the book. Launch the idea. Make the call. Apologize if needed. Leave what keeps hurting you. Forgive yourself for delays. And take the first step. Your breakthrough often begins with simple obedience, not dramatic moments. But before your next chapter fully unfolds, I need your full surrender. Stop trying to control every detail. Stop demanding explanations for every delay. Stop holding on to backup plans because you do not fully trust me. Surrender means believing that even when life feels uncertain, I remain trustworthy. And I have never failed you. There will be mornings soon where peace greets you before anxiety does. Nights where sleep comes easier. Conversations that restore hope. Financial breakthroughs that remove stress. Healing in relationships that seemed impossible, and moments where you suddenly realize the heavy season truly ended. And when those moments arrive, remember this message. Remember that I told you your story was shifting, and when old fear tries to return, remind it that it no longer has authority over your future. Remind shame that it no longer controls your identity. Remind doubt that it cannot speak louder than my promises. Your life belongs to hope now. My beloved child, the next chapter of your life will not look like what tried to break you. It will be marked by restoration, clarity, healthy love, unexpected favor, renewed purpose, and peace that does not depend on circumstances. I am rebuilding what pain tried to destroy, and before this message ends, I need you to hear one final truth. Your greatest miracle may not simply be external success. It may be becoming a person who feels peace again, trusts again, laughs again, dreams again, loves again, and wakes up grateful to be alive again. That transformation is sacred, so keep walking, keep praying, keep trusting, keep showing up even when progress feels slow, because what is being prepared for you right now is bigger than your current understanding, and when it arrives, you will realize that every painful chapter was only leading you to this beautiful beginning. Your story is not ending in heartbreak. Your story is not ending in confusion. Your story is not ending in loss. This story is turning toward healing, purpose, restoration, and blessings that will leave you speechless. And very soon you will look at your life and whisper, Now I understand why I had to survive all of that, because something extraordinary was waiting on the other side all along, and when that day comes, do not forget who carried you. Through the darkest nights, because I never left, not even once, and I never will.